Dear Mr. President, I can see that you have already mastered the essential craft of liberal politician, namely the ability to say one thing to your general public and a very different thing to your caucus. Now, you've spoken about change and amen to that, but who would have guessed, listening to you recently, that you were the author of the phrase transparency in government, when all the time behind closed doors you have subsidized or you have not outright nationalized swaths of our economy, including the car industry and many banks. Perhaps you would have moral authority in the country if your actions matched your words. Perhaps you would have more legitimacy in the Council of the World if the United States was not going into a recession farther down in debt than it has ever been. The truth is, Mr. President, that you have run out of our money. The country as a whole is now in negative equity. Each American child is born owing $41,000. It's estimated over the next 10 years, Mr. President, that your charge card will accumulate at the rate of $2.5 billion per day. Now, once again, you try and spread the blame all around. You've spoken about the previous administration, the recession, and the international crisis. Now, it is true that we all are sailing together into the storms, but not every ship in the convoy has the same dilapidated condition. Other ships hurriedly caulk their hulls and clear their rigging, also known as paying down debt. But you've used the first 15 months of your presidency to raise our deficit even more than Bush, more than Reagan, more than them both combined. Now, it's not that you're not apologizing like me and many others. We have long accepted the fact that you are pathologically incapable of accepting the responsibility for these things. It's that you're willfully worsening our situation, borrowing more and more and expecting us to dance as the Titanic goes down. Mr. President, you cannot spend your way out of a recession and you cannot borrow your way out of debt. And when you repeat in that old perfunctory way that we are well placed to weather out the storm, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you that you sound like the Wicked Witch of the West, kindly trying to talk us out of our ruby slippers. Now, you know and we know, and you know that we know, that this is nonsense. Everyone knows that America is worse off than we were 15 months ago. The CBO has consistently scored your new legislation and found it to be an error or downright fraudulent. The voters, too, will have their chance to have their day. They're starting to see what the markets have already seen, that you are a devalued president of a devalued government.